Well, good morning, all you beautiful love streamers out there on Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom. And happy Memorial Weekend as we welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. I am your MC and host, Horace. And if this is your first time, we are so delighted that you have chosen to join us today. Because with modern technology, we are extremely grateful for this opportunity to touch so many lives, especially as we share these wonderful happenings at CSO Charlotte. So please feel free to visit our website, cslcharlotte.org. Put in a prayer request and subscribe. We add our recordings to our website each and every week. So let me tell you a little bit more about who we are. The Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is a new thought community living in ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. This science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes was a man on a mission. He studied truths from all of the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths. Holmes developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. He's been referred to as the great synthesizer. So here's what I want you to know and understand about us. Here at CSO Charlotte, every philosophy is honored along with every race, sexual orientation, and physical distinction. We are a diverse, open, and affirmative community. And I want you to know that there are many paths to the divine. We may call it God, peace, love, spirit, infinite mind, or the I am presence. But guess what? It really doesn't matter what you call it. What does matter is that you know that this is your power that resonates within you. You do not have to leave your philosophy or nature of knowledge. You can join us at any time because we recognize and refer to many of the Holy Scriptures, such as the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, the Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita. And that's just to name only a few. So, our vision here at the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is to continue a vibrant spiritual community that is creating and preparing a succession of future leaders who can fully integrate, teach, and expose the science of mind principles and the messages and the practices that strengthen the mind, body, and spirit of each and every individual. So one of our aims here is to create a high collective consciousness for everyone in this community. We teach everyone the tools to do just that. And so one of the ways you can know and understand more about that is to come and join us at our consciousness meeting, which meet every Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And so you can find out more about that later on from Timmy P when we move into opportunities and announcements. So stay tuned for that. So welcome everyone and enjoy our services as we celebrate this powerful being which lives within each and every one of us. So now, before I pass the mic over to our illustrious spiritual leader, Reverend Rosedale, I want to first of all leave you with the theme she's going to be talking about, which I cannot wait. It's about living in resonance with truth. Living in resonance with truth. That's her message today. And before she comes aboard, I want to leave you with this quote. Truth has a resonance to it that fills the cracks where falsehoods lie. Let me repeat that again. Truth has a resonance to it that fills the cracks where falsehoods lie. And with that, I'm going to turn the mic over to our illustrious fearless leader, Reverend Rosedale.
What? Tell me you found the resonance and all that stuff, Horace. That's fabulous. Thank you so much. That's our fabulous and awesome operation coordinator, Horace the Bush. So, with that being said, to our YouTube listeners and everyone out there in YouTube land and everywhere you choose, welcome to CSL Charlotte. We are the Mind Body Spirit Center. And today, our attention is on living in resonance with truth. First, we'll open our Sunday celebrations with an affirmative prayer. So, leading us in this prayer today is Dr. Wanda. She's all the way from Southern California, my friend for so many years, wow, almost 15 years, 20, something like that. But it's just been fabulous. She's always supporting us. So, let's hear if Dr. Wanda is living in resonance with truth. Okay, Dr. Wanda, whenever you're ready, let's pray.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure. Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here today. And as usual, Rosedale, we seem to be in alignment again. We're wearing the same color. So let's take a moment right here and right now. I invite everyone to take a huge breath. Just breathe in, settle into this moment. This morning is a very special morning. I feel it, I know it, and I can tell that it is something that is trying to be birthed in the universe. There seems to be such chaos, and I know that within chaos there is order. When there's chaos, it is something that wants to be birthed anew. So right here and right now, I recognize that there is one divine source, one infinite intelligence, the essence of all wisdom, power, love, and light. This present flows through all creation and exists fully and perfectly within me, right here and right now. And it is perfectly within each and every person who arrives here every Sunday to create a spot of light in the world. I affirm that I am one with this powerful presence. It moves through my thoughts, my actions, my intentions, my deeds. I'm a vessel of divine strength and clarity. All that I need to be empowered and enlightened is already within me. It is within you. It is within everyone. It was birthed from a universal energetic force. It is just waiting to be remembered and released. The world is awakening to the deeper truth within. Not only do I claim my inner power, I rise above fear, doubt, and limitation. I'm speaking with confidence and I act with purpose. I trust the inner guidance within me. I'm connected to divine wisdom and I allow it to lead me forward with grace and courage. I am open to whatever revelation comes this morning because I know each and every Sunday there is a revelation to be held. I receive insights that uplift my spirit and align me with the highest possible good. Each day I become more aware of my true nature. I know that there is only one nature. That nature is love. Love is all there is. And the only thing that dispels darkness and shadow is light. And love is that light that leads the way. So I bless this moment right here and right now as a turning point, not only in my life, but in the lives of everyone who comes in contact with the words that are spoken today. I know that Reverend Rosedale will be speaking words that are moving through as and in her from a higher place. And each of us is awakening. Each of us is empowered. Each of us is free to be. And so it is.
So it is. It appears, Dr. Wanda, that again, you have alignment and love and all this stuff. I want to talk about how resonance works. Whoa. So, you know what? I think we just be in our dreams knowing what we're doing the next day. It just works. So, next on our platform is our reader, Shauna Burns, aka Shauna B. She's the girl in my neck of the woods. See, I know she is living in resonance with truth because I've been watching her practicing. I noticed her constantly putting truth to test, and she's always practicing. So I think she's living in truth of resonance, but let's hear her when she does her reading. But after that reading, listen to the song Rolling River God by Mindy Gledhill. And if you want to see something about the us changing and resonating, let's let Shauna B do her reading. And so it is. So Shauna B, make it do what it do.
Greetings, everyone. Today we have the Embodied Truth of Love and Manifestation by Reverend Rosedale Jones. The embodied truth of love and manifestation carries a profound and sacred alignment. It is living in harmony with the ultimate, unshakable power within. It's a force that does not waver, does not dim, but pulses like a heart steadily at the center of our being. This truth is not merely intellectual. It is felt. It is deep resonance of thought, action, and spirit vibrating in elegant harmony with our higher reality. It's like a perfectly tuned instrument. This alignment produces a pure, resonant sound, clear, unwavering, and full of life. For those who find meaning in the union of science and spirituality, this speaks to individuality. It means each of us carries a unique frequency, a rhythm unlike any other, and yet truth remains universal. It's a constant vibration that transcends perception, weaving all of existence into a greater whole. To live in resonance is to honor self awareness, to embody integrity and coherence. It is where the heart, mind, the body, and the spirit synchronize, forming a harmony of being present. And in this sacred human experience, as our awareness of oneness deepens, something remarkable is revealed. Our duties may stay the same, but the consciousness we bring to them transforms everything. When our actions are anchored in connection to the whole, even the most ordinary moments become infused with divine love. You are divine love when you offer a smile, kindness, or a whispered prayer. These gestures, no matter how small, carry light. And light does more than illuminate. Light uplifts, it shifts, it heals. This radiance is not something external, it emerges from a soul rooted in spiritual truth. And the truth, the inner truth of who we are, has never changed. We are perfect love, expressing and experiencing itself through our individual being. We are not separate from love. Love is the name of power. Love is the name of the power within us. Love moves through us. Love lives as us. And our quote by Reverend Rosedale is, as we evolve spiritually, we begin to embody love rather than simply talk about it. Reverend Rosedale Jones. So let's be love. Let's walk in love. Let's talk love. And let the light of love shine in and out and through you.
Fantabulous. Good. So we'll start with a short centering. I invite you to take a breath with me and just slowly release it. And just allow yourself to become aware of this presence around you as if you're living in resonance with truth already. Now, when I think of us living in resonance with truth, I see us as those rocks in that chilled water, grainy, sandy rocks at first, and this water just constantly flowing over us, which is rolling river God. Of course, you know God has many names, but as it keeps rolling over us and the stones it's getting more smoother and the graininess has got to go away, once you pick me up, you will notice I'm a little smoother in your hands. So I'm going to use some metaphors today, and I'm just going to give you a chance to feel your vibrations. See, the names of God, like life, love, spirit, the universe, and whatever, it's all good because since God is life, let's call the river the life too. So at first, there's rough edges around us, like I said, but this is why. Because you see, we come to the river shaped by all that we've been through, all that our life has put before us. And then over time, if we lay in that chilly, cold, wonderful, rushing, waving water, the water washes over us and we get smoother and then things change, but not all at once, not overnight, but with practice, faith, and trust in the process, we become even more smoother, if that makes sense, if that's a good grammatical way to say it. We become even more smoother around the edges. So that's what it means to be living in resonance with truth. Now, not to be perfect, just to soften, just to feel smoother and allow the waters of the river to shape us as we are living in resonance with truth. So wiggle your fingers and your toes, and you're really going to understand living in resonance with truth in a second. So take a few more breaths with ease, and now embrace the energy that's in your space right now. There's energy in your space. Embrace it and start to find something or some sound or feeling in it that's going to bring you back to this present moment, because that's when you're living in resonance with this source around us. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about science. In physics, there's a phenomenon called resonance. And see, science and spirituality shares the same truth. So much is happening where we're starting to become awakened and aware. And resonance is when one object is vibrating and another object causes it to vibrate at the same frequency. Kind of like Dr. Wanda and I went to bed last night and woke up with the same colors on, or came back to the service where she opened up the prayer, not even knowing what I was going to talk about, and started talking about love and alignment. Like that. Really. See, over time, synchronization happens. So as we focus on our spiritual practice, living in resonance with truth, it really begins. So now, from this point on, think about that phenomenon in physics called resonance. And just think about it spiritually. Now, think about this. An angry person pushes your buttons and they keep at it until they get the words they need, and bam! Guess what's happening? You're vibrating at their frequency. Get it? That's resonance. Okay, so now I just wanted to scare you into the word resonance so you can get it. Each of us vibrates at different frequencies. We do it emotionally, we do it mentally and energetically. Now, each of us also have different lens. We have different languages, we have different vibrational frequencies. So when we meet similar spirits, oh wow, you know that person is your spiritual sister, brother, friend. We meet them, or you come into a community, a spiritual community. You know you are with people that's going to harmonize with you, to align with you, and to synchronize. There's the synchronization, and there is all that vibratory stuff happening. Just like love is another name for God, spirit is, and whatever you want to call it. But here, love is a vibration that we all have, but it's constant and it's undeniable. But here's the deal. We get to experience love, but how we vibrate it is unique to each and every one of us. Okay, we experience it, but we vibrate it differently. Now, love moves through the lens of our biology. Ooh. and our emotions and our spiritual setup. See, there's your science, there's your you, and there's your spiritual setup, okay? Now, speaking of biology, let me explain what that word that Shauna B read in my reading about bioindividuality. Bioindividuality means that each of us has our own unique vibrational frequency, and we have this frequency through truth. And it's the truth. And what's true for you may not be true for me, but it's the truth for me and it's the truth for you. So trust your truth, deal with it. Don't try to be somebody else's. Now, although truth about love never changes, our vibration with it or of it is like a personal fingerprint. That's right. So if you loved me, I know that's your fingerprint. You see? Or if I loved you, that's my fingerprint. That's the way I have it. But see, some people want to change you, but that's not going to be good. Right? And you can do it. People have to be people. But I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. So when our inner and outer worlds, so let's think about this. We got our inner worlds and we got our outer worlds. Remember I talked about coherence. When they both come into coherence with each other, our inner and outer, we don't just feel better, we are better. Can't help but be better. But we become whole, we become emotionally and physically and spiritually whole. Now, some people think that living in resonance with truth means they have to act like a saint and they must do everything right by somebody else. Oh. So if you do that right, you're only doing it because you want to impress somebody. Well, see, that's not what we mean by living in resonance with truth. Okay, don't act like a saint, you don't have to. What they do is they also think about avoiding failure or staying perfectly aligned because that's what makes life work. You don't need that either. Okay, and then you got other people, and these are kind of cool. Other people resonate with deep meditation. Then you got some people who resonate with good food, having good people around, fun, laughter, and most of all, that's very, very important that people seem to overlook, socialization. You gotta socialize with people. You got to keep that part, that's got to be at the top of your list. See, because the key is about socializing and all of that. It's not for us to fit in some kind of rigid mold where we got to follow everybody. The key lies in our differences. Because living in resonance with truth is different for each and every one of us. That's why Horace talks about the tribe all the time. That's why we gravitate toward tribes. That's why we gravitate toward this particular girl or guy. That's why we find these possible love relationships because there's something going on. But just because they don't last a long time, it doesn't matter. It was what it was. You know, and that's what we just got to understand. It was supposed to be. So it's mainly because the truth is different for each of us that everybody is seeking the tribe that or the person or the people that work for them. Truth has always been alive within us. We just speak it differently. That's all. It's always there. It's here. We got it. Yeah, wherever. See, we search for the entire tribe or the entire people all our lives. You can say if you want to, I could be by myself. That's such a lie. Because me, I love social. I love you. You banging the two glasses together, you're going to have me there. Okay, I'm going to be around people. That's the way it is. But you know what? Even though we do this, when we begin to allow, we begin to soften and then we get smoother. But see, here's the thing. Metaphorically speaking, we're those rocks in the water constantly getting drenched and wet and throwing us all around and it's rubbing against the sand there. And that's when we get smoother. So hear me, I'm still going with the metaphor. When we finally hit that sweet spot, Our spirit aligns with that person, people, places. My thing is the beach. When I get there, I am a whole different me. Something resonates with me spot on. I just don't like all those bugs on there. But I'm resonating. So while living in resonance with truth, our vibrations, you know what they do? They match spirit. That's what it is about. We want to do things that's going to cause us to match that spirit. So here's the thing. If we're miserable, we're going to match spirit. We're going to get a miserable manifestation. If we actually match spirits in a happy way, we're going to get the wonderful one that we were looking for. But you're going to get one. You're going to get one. See, because in the mind of the mind, body, spirit, integration, is that right? Our consciousness calls the shots, baby. You can say 1,001. You could go and do the meditation 1,000 times. You can say 1,000,000,000 affirmations. But your consciousness is the one that's the shot caller in that situation all the time. That's why manifestation becomes effortless. The moment we give up and stop forcing and stop working so hard for something to happen or wishing so badly. This is not about being more. It's about remembering the truth of who we already are. So if spirit doesn't react to our words alone or our efforts that we're trying so hard, what does it respond to? What does it react to for us? That's a good question. And that question is so deep and so transformative. It has power to quietly reshape the question itself. We can just ask it. See, we're in our class talking about asking that question. I'm telling you, if you ask that question at night before bedtime, you're going to get the answer. You might not get it immediately as soon as you wake up, but while you're driving around, you go, oh, you got to know. The answer is not complex. The answer is very radical, though, because here's why. Here's the answer. Truth is not passive. It's a movement. It's a rhythm. It's a vibration. But here is the critical thing we must understand. We don't create our reality by efforting, forcing stuff to happen. Spirit is not responding to our words or our effort. It never has and never will. It doesn't reward you for trying hard. Oh, look at her. She's been doing this for many years, doing these spiritual practices. But, it doesn't reward you for being desperately wanting something. No, it doesn't. It doesn't even know it doesn't care how long you've been waiting for this thing to happen. It responds to something way more subtle, way more subtle, way more subtle. Something you didn't even realize that you were transmitting to the field. What is that field that I call? It's that quantum field that in front of us. Spirit responds to your vibration. That's how subtle it is. Not your words, not how hard you work and I'm going to hold this meditation and I'm going. Your vibration isn't shaped by words alone or actions or efforts. It's shaped by the consistency of spiritual practice and belief. I'm finding out that through my sleep, a lot more shaping is happening. Although every year I learn more and more about me. We got to keep learning about us and change the old beliefs and say, oh, really? That's what they, okay, now look at what's happening. See, most people are trying to manifest, but there's a lot of mixed signals going on. They may ask for abundance. And I'm not saying asking God out there. I'm saying when you go to bed, you ask yourself a question like, you know what? I wonder what abundance will feel like for me. Okay? But see, here's the thing. You may ask for that. But if you got a nervous system that's trained on lack, well, abundance is not coming the way you think it is. It's coming, but in the way you are trained. So if you train your mind to be looking at being broke because you're worried, oh, and you look at your checking account, oh, well, see, now you're forcing things, right? See, what happens is people speak about another thing, which is where we're going to talk about love. People speak affirmations about self-love, for example, but their nervous system is constantly bracing itself for rejection from people. I've seen that too. But people don't realize they're doing it, and then they'll fight you for it. So you never try to tell people anything about what they're doing. I can see what people are doing, but I would never tell them that, right? Never, never, never. See, they visualize success, but they check things and they feel like, ooh, they start sweating. Consciously, yes, it is true. They want change. But see, here's the deal. I learned that as I continue to know the quantum field, that my beliefs have to change, and my beliefs also increase all the time. I'm allowing it because you see, the quantum field is just my mirror, and it's mirroring my vibration, and it's coming up with some astonishing accuracy for me. Oh my God, I researched it enough too to know that I'm not manifesting what I desire. I am manifesting who I am and what I am. Woo, 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 woo. That's why manifestation for so many people is a painful cycle of hope but disappointment. Hope but disappointment. Change what you believe. You are free to do that. The quantum field isn't a machine that you can control it with your thoughts. No, it's a mirror that reflects right in you your coherence when your mind, body, spirit, and emotions are in harmony. Now the quantum field and me are ready to work, baby. So let's do this. That's what me and the quantum field is saying at night. So at coherence, I mean not at coherence. When I'm in coherence, it's not my mindset. It's a state that I'm in, a state of being. So it causes our thoughts and our emotions and all our actions to move in harmony together. So it's also when our posture is right. We work that body well. That's the biggest thing when I'm working with my private people or my groups. I'm saying, look, got to have that body right. If you do want everything to be aligned, you want that mind, body, spirit alignment. Dr. Wanda talk about alignment in her prayer a lot. Well, we need it. So when you're in coherence, you're living in resonance with truth. There are two dimensions. Oh my God. Oh, you just made me think about something. They're just two dimensions, right? That we must understand that they exist. And one of them we can see. I can physically see you, Alan, but the other one we cannot see. But you don't see it, okay? But no matter what you may think about what I'm saying here, you might think, oh, she's getting up there and out, she's nuts. But no, she's not, because it's working. See, what I'm finding out that no matter what anybody thinks when I talk like this, that's why I can only talk to certain friends nowadays, because everybody's going, huh? Well, the ones like you guys, you're going, okay. But see, this is the thing. I'm aware of both of them. And the quantum field doesn't care what I want. It doesn't. And it's not mad. Everybody go, well, how could you say it don't care? Well, I said, you know what? Let me stop talking to him or her because they ain't getting it. Point. Right? Oh, this funny. But anyway, what happens is the quantum field tunes into how I feel. And then based on my confidence level in saying, I'm getting this brand new house built from the ground up, or I'm going to increase my income to $100,000 a year. I am telling you that it's going on my vibration. But what I know I got to do is change my beliefs and get that vibrating up a little higher. Ooh, baby, if you don't feel you deserve it, you're vibrating that to the quantum field, the universe, to the energy that's around us that we don't see. So this is where the real work begins, right here, y'all. It's only trying to get us to see that if you just be consistent with what you want or what your spiritual practice is, you don't have to fight hard. You don't have to think hard. You don't have to keep saying it over and over and over. Oh, could you just do this? Oh, I want to. You know, it's like you don't believe it. You know what it is? It's a shift between seeking and being. I'd rather be than to look. I'd rather be that person for somebody than to try to be for that person. There's a lot of stuff going on with that word I just said, but you know what? It's a shift between chasing or receiving, running after that job, running after this. No, gotta receive. Because in the realm of the quantum field, trying too hard is nowhere near a virtue. It's not a virtue, it's an interference with the quantum field, right? When you push, you signal back to the quantum field, lack. When you're forcing something, you're signaling back fear. And when you have that fear, the quantum field is doing what? Mirroring you back with some more fear or some more lack, whatever it is. But that consistent practice that I do gets me to soften, get me smoother, gets me to be like those rocks in the rolling river God. And I'm now starting to vibrate at a whole new steady signal that the universe can now pick up and respond to me. Ooh, then I'm living in resonance with truth. See, the next song is going to talk to us about living in resonance with truth. Because what's about to happen is you're going to hear something, and it's going to be about someone who is singing to a person, comforting them, me and that word. But it's going to be singing to that person. But listen with a new set of ears, because let's see if you can make that mean something else to you. Make it seem like it's your soul talking to you to get you to hear spirits whisper, constantly calling you to rise up in resonance with your truth. So because it's not about us surviving and being all this, it is about us becoming. Let's listen to the song, I'll Rise Up by Audra Day. Indeed, we can rise. She said, bring the world to its feet. And here we talking about the world this morning briefly. And then this is what's happening. I just see it. I see us all getting so stronger and bringing the world to its feet, because this oh my God, this universe is not going to come in some surprise. It's going to come because we're ready. We're going to bring the world to its feet because that's who we are. Okay? And see, there comes a point when we stop striving and rise up for ourselves and not just take it so easy. Like, okay, I didn't make, oh, come on, bring the world up to its feet. That's your world. But you know what, guys? I am so done. Wow, man, oh man, oh man. That Timmy P, he hits the nail on the head. That is what we're doing in our class. We're rising up. We're going to that next level. What is it that you say to me, P? We up leveling. And I like the fact that he remembered the tribe thing, because it's so true. We really connect with people. So with that being said, guys, you know I have nothing but love for my team, because every time you watch us on YouTube and we circulate around, people are hearing of us and people are getting this understanding that we need so much in this world today. So with that, I got to give them a big shout out. Horace the Bush, you and them quotes and that prayer, you just rocked it out, okay? That's our awesome and fabulous operations coordinator. He makes sure we all get here and know everybody knows what they're doing. And I open it in prayer with Dr. Wanda, my girl, who's been with me since the before I became a minister, and has always been there for me and still with us, and she's for me now. And also thank you, Shauna B. That's my girl right there, because she gets that reading done, and I feel her. It's like I'm not the one. I mean, I don't even think I'm the one who wrote it the way she did. I just love it. So thank you, Melissa, for always spotlighting and making sure that we doing it and being so there for us. And she's in the background, but she's doing it. And then Timmy P for the music and also all the announcements. And he just likes to remind us what we heard. This is what you know. And I'm Timmy P from Dallas. So thank you, Alan, for your AV duty today, because you always got your thing going on as well when you get up here. So with that being said, Mo, thank you so much, my dear. That's our illustrious emeritorious spiritual practitioner that Horace was making reference to. But thank you for emailing our prayers out to people, because when people want a prayer, send it into our website and they will definitely get it. So before our last song, I want you to consider this. Today, we were talking about living in resonance with truth. Now, you got to remember that for the week, but living in resonance with truth isn't just about forcing, you heard that, or chasing, you heard that. It's about, what did you say, Dr. Wanda, in your first prayer? Aligning. Living in resonance with truth, right? It's about becoming still enough to hear clear enough. Because we don't hear if we're going, I got to do this for this person, I got to do that. It's about being confident enough to let your vibration match the deepest truth of who you are. And once we could get that done, let this moment remind you that you believe in yourself, because we're getting ready to have something, that next song that has something to do with that ring. Believe in yourself. And this is what happens. Integration aligns you well, but you got to know what you believe, though, because remember the stuff they taught us. You got to get rid of that old stuff that you used to believe and start to believe something that's really true to you. So listen to the song When You Believe by Eddie Watkins Jr. Make a miracle. Anything is possible when you believe. So remember, it's not a cliche to say anything is possible when you believe in yourself. Ow, you can't say that. So did you know that you can change your life when you believe? Yes. Good. So Dr. Wanda, since we all aware of that, would you mind praying us out?
I would love to. I am in gratitude for the moments this morning that I've shared with you and for that wonderful talk about resonance, Reverend Rosedale. There was divine, infinite wisdom moving through you today. So from now on, what I realize is that gratitude is my middle name. I am thankful for being awakened today, reawakened to the truth of who I am, to the subtle rhythms of truth and the quiet music of the soul. I recognize what is mine. I am in resonance. So where there is resonance, I say yes. Where there's the appearance of dissonance, I release and I move away from it. I trust the vibration of spirit to guide me gently, faithfully, and always in love. I know that I can be a clear vessel, open and attuned to the subtle rhythms. I open my heart to what resonates in my soul. I trust the truth that vibrates with me, and I give great thanks because I know that sense of yes, that resonance that moves through as and in me is simply my soul trying to speak to me, to remind me who I am, to move me forward, to give me that inner conviction that yes, this is right. I am in tune with a frequency that is unlike anything else. It is that frequency that binds us all together, that makes us into the mosaic that we are. And so I give thanks. And with that, I simply say, and so it is.
Okay. Well, and so it is, Dr. Wanda. You got that thing going, girl. You know what? We need to be dreaming every night together, don't we? The colors to me is working. So,
Between
thank you.
3 and 5 in the morning, that's what it comes.
Hello, because a matter of fact, it was about 3-ish for me to wake up the first time to go to the bathroom and then back to sleep again. Okay, so I think that spirit is, we are working it, girl. We working that thing, man. All we got to do is do this dream at night, get in there. So anyway, enough of that. So as we wrap up our time together, guys, know that living in resonance with truth is not just an idea, not by me, because you know science just told you that resonance, what it was all about through physics, right? You know, so keep that simple but powerful truth because see, the universe is never against us. It's never been. And here's another thing, it's always responding, always reflecting to what we're doing. So watch what you're doing and feeling and saying and acting like. Because you know what happens, it's constantly ready to support whatever side of the spectrum we're on. If you're on the fear spectrum, you get big time respect. If you're on the love spectrum, you get big time respect. The universe is always there with us. So when you begin to vibrate in alignment with your truth, the universe doesn't just hear you, it feels you. So, with that, guys, until we meet again, work and walk and move forward and do it in love, do it in clarity, and do it in resonance. With that, living in the resonance of truth should be simple for you. Have a great day, and so it is.